My name is Surya A. Nair and my topic of this presentation is about right to health of vulnerable population. According to WHO, that is World Health Organization, that defines health. It is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and it's not merely the absence of disease. Even the judiciary has also laid on certain acts and provisions as well as the fundamental rights in this field of medical. The right to live with human dignity also includes the right to health care. We the people of living in such a social welfare state like India, it rests upon the state who have the obligation to maintain the public health. Taking the words of Mahatma Gandhi that to being healthy is being wealthy itself, and it's not the precious of stones of gold or silver. The children, they are being the one of the vulnerable group. They are being vulnerable. It is only because of their age and comparatively their lack of maturity being very difficult as well as being influenced in this public health society. At that time, what they have to do is they have to rely upon the elders in order to be sufficient in this public health society. There is also high level of HIV that we could see in among the children that can lead to chronic illness too. According to National Health Act that aims to protect, respect and promote the rights of the individuals in these vulnerable groups. Not only children are being included in this category, there are also women as well as tribals, occupational migrants and the persons with the disabilities. Vulnerable groups, they are one of the most disadvantaged categories in our society and being marginalized because they are having reduced access to the healthcare, medical facilities and medical treatments, etc. And even also the determinants of wealth, that is being malnourished and denied access to the education as well as not being immunized against their illness, proper sanitations, etc. Then poverty is one of the state problem that we could see among the children itself, that it is at the high level of mortality as well as a morbidity in our society. Mother to child transmission as well as unsterilized syringes, it is obviously we can say that it is against the medical ethics in our society, that our human rights are being violated here at that time, and we seek the advice or aid of the judiciary at these cases. And children are also being sexually abused or exploited in our country. And one of the main examples that we could taken from the Kerala that was recently happened is the case that is Valaya case, which we in the Palakkad, where in the accused in this cases they were acquitted from this case only just because the strong evidence was not being produced by the prosecution. So the two minor children who were hanged in the house, but they were be brutally raped by those accused, especially the women categories. They had made protests and violence against this type of brutal act. These types of acts that can be brought under the FOXO Act too. And there are also Juvenile Justice Act that we can say, that means it gives care and protection for those children. These all are the major children's acts that we could see in our Indian Constitution's Article 21A, that is the right to education. That is, states should provide compulsory and elementary education to all children in the age group of 6 to 14 years. As well as Article 24, that is a prohibition of employment of children in factories. That is, no child should be employed in factories or mines till the age of 14 years. Article 39, that is the directive principles of state policy, that certain policies to be followed by the state. That is 39E and F, that aims at providing the dignity as well as the opportunities that must be provided for those children. And the children, they must not be exploited or abused. Why this is raising? It's just only because of the inefficiency that we could see from the state side, that they have to make the adequate steps in order to sustain the lives of humans, in order to make our world into more integrative and more efficient manner. The most important case law, that is Ministers' Health and Others versus a Treatment Action Campaign and others. So in this case, that mainly states that the section 28 that provides that there may be children who are born to the poor family in order to reduce the HIV transmission, which is from the mother to child. At that time, when this medicine, antiretroviral medicine is being provided, this HIV can be reduced. So in this case, what held that it was the state who is having the liability in order to ensure these types of medical care as well as medical treatments. And I conclude my words by saying that the right to basic health, that is one of the most fundamental humanitarian principle, and it should not be violated in order to sustain in this healthier city of life. We the people of India, we do all have the freedom to live with the highest dignity as well as opportunity to get to live in this country. Thank you. Have a nice day.